Hi everyone. I hope you've been following my videos and working out. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way. Personally, I don't think that you need one day to show somebody that you care about them or love them. Every day you can show that person that they mean something to you, right? It doesn't always have to be a person. It can also mean sweet, small, furry friends, right? So, this here is Kesri, by the way, guys. Hi, Kesri. They love coming around when I'm doing my yoga practice. So, I was thinking about just generally about how we live our lives today, and I realized that we don't really pay attention to the small things in life. We're always so worried about the bigger things. That we forget, like I said, the small things. So today, I thought we'd show our joints and tendons some love, because we're also focused on bigger muscles and this asana, that asana, that we forget the small things that help us get to these points. So we're going to start with our facial muscles. We're going to be doing something today called lion breathing, simha breathing. What you're going to do here is inhale, and as you exhale, you're stretching out all of the muscles on your face. I know it's a little scary. It's also a little funny when you start off. So if you need to laugh it off, right? And then we're going to start properly. Here we're going to be using our neck as well. When I say we're using our neck, I mean stretch it out. So what you're going to do is breathe in at center, turn towards the right, exhale in lion breathing. Then from this point, as you inhale, come back to the center, exhale to the left. Inhale, exhale, right? You're going to be doing this anywhere between 5 to 7 times. Your right side and left side is counted as 1. From there, we're going to move to our shoulders. I don't know how many of you are familiar with your scapular muscles. Those are the muscles we use and engage when we do push-ups and pull-ups. Let me just show them. These muscles right here, okay? These are your scapular muscles, aka wings. I also call them our wings, because once you understand how strong they are, and how much weight they can take on, you'll understand why I call them that. So we're going to place our fingers on our shoulder, and as you inhale, breathe in, roll back, breathe out, join the elbows together. So 5 to 7 times here. When you're done, opposite. Inhale, as your chest opens up, exhale, join your elbows together. 5 to 7 times. From there, we're going to move on to our elbows. We're going to lubricate our elbows. From this point, you're going to breathe in and stretch out your arms. Breathe out and bring them back in. Breathe in. Breathe out. 5 to 7 times. If you're not used to using your upper body too much, or you don't have much strength or all of that, you may feel a little bit of discomfort, a little heaviness, so you can just relax, yeah, before we move to the next one. Next one is going to be our wrist, clockwise and anti-clockwise. So in your breathing, when it comes to rotations, don't worry so much as to, the rotation, but focus more on your breath. Let your rotation move with your breathing instead of your breathing moving with your rotation. Okay, so nice slow breathing. Breathe in. That's 1. 2. Okay, 5 to 7, and then you move anti-clockwise. All right. If you're uncomfortable, this is also something where you use the right and left brain. So if you can't really move them together and you're getting confused and you're not really feeling your stretch, then you can do one hand at a time. Okay, when you're done clockwise, anti-clockwise, move to the next hand. Then we're going to move to our fingers. From here, breathe in and clench, make a fist. Exhale and stretch out. Inhale. Exhale. 5 to 7 times. Relax. Next is going to be a forearm stretch. What you want to do is come up as you breathe in. Place your palm face towards you, fingers, and as you exhale, slowly move down into Vajrasana. You can also do this in cross leg or Padmasana, that's up to you, your comfort. 5 deep breath here or 7 breath. If this is, you're not feeling too much of a stretch, come back up and move further. Okay? When you're done with your poise, your fingers pointed towards you, we're going to go onto the back of our wrists. So this is a little tricky, okay? So I would suggest that you go slow. Look forward, inhale, and as you exhale, slowly drop down. 5 to 7 deep breath here. When you're done, breathe in and relax. The next we're going to move on to is our spine. So spine health and flexibility is very, very important because the spine is the most important part. It gives us life, right? So we're going to start off with breathing in. So when you breathe in, you're pushing your chest forward and hip behind, okay? So you're breathing in, and as you breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. So again, 5 to 7 times. You can also go anti-clockwise. Okay, standing or sitting, your comfort. When you're done with this, we're done with our upper body movements. So I always suggest that when you're going into sitting or when you're coming from a sitting position on the floor to standing up, usually we always favor just one side, either the right side or the left side. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to teach you an interesting technique that you can use. Place your left palm on the floor, all your body weight shifts onto the left. You bring your right leg outwards, okay? Now that your right leg is out, drop your right hand on the floor and glute, bring your left leg out. This way you strengthen and work both the tendons in your knees and not just one. Initially you may find it difficult because you've probably been favoring just one part of the muscle or just one side of the muscle. So it may take you a little time, but if you get the technique right what I just taught you, it should be easy. So we're going to move on to our knees. You can place your hands slightly behind you. It's not too comfortable like you're on a beach, but just enough of comfort and discomfort. Engage your ankles slightly, but lock your ankles, don't move them. From this point, you're going to inhale and lift the knees up towards the left and drop them down. 1, exhale. 2. So you finish 5 to 7 and then we're going to move to the left side. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. 5 to 7. When you're done with that, we're going to move on to our ankles. Breathe in. Again, remember, it is your breath that's important, not the rotation. So and exhale. Clockwise and anti-clockwise. So while you are rotating your ankles, if your ankles are very stiff, your knees will begin to come up. Try to keep them down, and mobility and stretch will come eventually. So try not to lift them up too much. If you want a light, soft knee bend is acceptable. Try not to go too high because then you're not stretching out anything, right? So just make sure that your knees don't keep popping up. Like we did our fingers, our toes are also very important, and the muscles at the bottom of our foot. This is where your balance comes from, so a lot goes on over here. So we're going to relax our toes and muscles on the feet. So breathe in and clench. Breathe out, relax, stretch them out. Breathe in, breathe out. 5 to 7 times. When you're done, place your feet on the floor. You can roll your shoulders behind, just relax, shake all your muscles. So, a couple of things to keep in mind while you are doing these small movements is, one is to notice which side of your body is stiffer, which side is more flexible. You may notice that maybe the right side is a little stiff or the left side is a little stiff. Sometimes it could be just one joint, like your left wrist is stiffer than the right, but your right ankle is more flexible than the left, like things like that, okay? So for you to sort of understand all of that, you need to go slow. Breathing is very important. Breathing is key. I can't stress on it more than I already do. So slow breath will only then will you be able to understand where the stretch is, where the stiffness is, and how much movement you're able to get from it. Another suggestion that I would make is, if you go to my videos before this, is a Surya Namaskar. So if you want like a 1 hour workout, you can do the Surya Namaskar from my previous video, 5 to 7 rounds of that, and then move on to your joint opening sequence. If you don't have that much time, then you can either choose to just do the Surya Namaskar if you want to sweat and a little bit of a deeper stretch. Otherwise, you can just directly come down to your joint opening. So we always have a kriya, that's a cleansing, a breathing cleanse, which we do before we start our asana practice. So our kriya for this is our simha breathing, our lion breathing, where you're inhaling and exhaling, right? So you can choose how you want to do this. If you've seen my first video, then you can also join the Surya Namaskar with the first video that I've done. Okay, so your Surya Namaskar can be your warm-up, and then you can move into like a little more of a sweat. So it's up to you, but remember, breathe. And yoga is not about reaching the finishing line first. It's about staying in that moment and enjoying that moment, right? So do that. Thank you.